Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our lesson is the meaning of Islamic terms. The meaning of the following terms are discussed below: fard, wajib, sunnah muakkada, sunnah ghair muakkada, nafil, mubah, haram, makruh, tahrimi, makruh, tanzihi, and kafaya. And the laws and commandments of Islam are such that they are generally compulsory on every Muslim separately. If one person performs it, then this will not be enough to free another person from performing it. If such a law is fard, then it will be called fard ain. If it is wajib, then it will be called wajib ain. And if it is sunnah, then it will be called sunnah ain. Kafaya. Then there are other laws and commandments that are not compulsory on every person, but on a whole group of people. This means that if some people of that group perform it, then it will be free the others from performing it. One if however if no one performs, then it all the perform it, then all the members of that group will be sinful. If such a law is for, then it will be called for the kufaya. It will, if it is wajib, then it will be called wajib kufaya, and if it is sunnah, then it will be called sunnah kufaya. This means that the fard, wajib, and sunnah are of two types: ain or kufaya. Fard, the action is the action which is proven from a clear, strong proof, and anyone who does not accept it, it is a not accept it is a disbeliever, kafir. Anyone who leaves it out without a reason is known as a fasik, open sinner, and deserves to be punished. Example are the 5 daily salah and the fast of Ramadan. For the end, those actions that fard on every or Muslims to perform separately, like salah, fasting, hajj, zakah, learning the beliefs of Islam and how to perform further actions as well as practicing on them. For the kafaya, those actions that are for the Muslims as a group, such that if some people do it, it will be done on behalf of the person. If one does not do, then they will be sinful. Example: janaza salah, or studying to become an alim, scholar of Islam. Wajib, those actions that are made compulsory by a proof that is not as clear and strong as proof of the fard. The person who does not accept it doesn't become disbeliever. Anyone who does not practice on it without a valid reason is regarded as an open sinner. Examples: witr and Eid salah. Wajib and those actions that are wajib on every Muslims separately. Examples: performing salah with jamaat, congregation, witr salah and Eid salah. Wajib kafaya, those actions which are wajib on the Muslim as a group, such that if some of them do it, then it will be done on behalf of all others, and if one does not, then all of them will be sinful. Examples: preaching Islam. Sunnah muakkada, sunnah ghair muakkada, sunnah and sunnah kafaya, nafil, those actions that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on always did, or he ordered that they should be done, and he did not leave them out without excuse. To leave out such a sunnah will be sinful. Examples: 2 rakat, units of sunnah salah before fajr salah. Those are sunnah muakkada. Sunnah ghair muakkada, those actions that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did very oftenly, but at times left them out without any reason. Doing these actions is more rewarding than the mustahab act, and if not done, then there is no sin. Sunnah, and those actions that are sunnah on all Muslims separately, like the general sunnah practices. Sunnah kafaya, those actions that are sunnah on the Muslims as a group, such that if some of them do it, there it will be done on behalf of all, and if no one does it, then it will be we will be responsible for it. Examples: itikaf during the last 10 days of Ramadan, nafil, those actions whose rewards and virtues is as proven in Sharia. If done, one will earn a reward, and if left out, then there will be no sin or punishment. Mubaha, haram, makruh tahrimi, makruh tanzihi, mudrik. Mubah, those action which if done or left out there will be no difference. There is no reward for them if done, and no sin or punishment if not done. Haram, those actions that are proven to be forbidden by a clear strong proof. Whoever does not accept such actions to be forbidden is a religious believer. Whoever does such a forbidden action will be regarded as an open sinner and deserve to be punished. Examples: telling lies, stealing, drinking wine, beer, taking interest, carrying tales, etc. Makruh Tahrimi, those actions that are proven to be prohibited by a proof that is not as clear as strong as haram actions. Whoever does not accept such actions are prohibited will not become a disbeliever. Makruh Tanzihi, those actions if done are regarded as bad, one will get a reward. If he does not do such actions, Mudrik, that person who joined the Imam in Salah from the beginning to the end in all rakat. Masbook, like Masbook, that person who missed one or more rakah from the beginning of Salah and then joined the Imam. Lahik, the person who joined the Imam in Salah then missed one or all the rakat Salah due to falling asleep or because wudu broke. Questions: what is the difference between fard and wajib? How many types of sunnah are there, and what are the definition of explanation of each? Explain what is mustahab and mubah and what are the difference between them. What is the opposite of fard? How many types of makruh are there, and what one of them is the opposite of wajib? Explain what makruh tanzih is. Explain the difference between fard and fard kifaayah. Are the terms and kifaayah used fard only, or are they also used in wajib or sunnah? Ibadah, acts of worship, 5 pillars of Islam, our belief. You have brought iman. You have brought iman, faith on the kalma, la ilaha illallah. You have also believed that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, Muhammad Rasulullah. You have also understood the correct meaning of the kalma. You have recited this pure and the true kalma with your tongue and have understood that reciting it with you have admitted to Allah that you will worship only Allah. You will live your life according to the laws of Allah and will make every effort to try and please Allah. By believing that Muhammad ﷺ is the messenger of Allah, you accept that the manner of worshipping Allah that Muhammad ﷺ taught is the only manner that is true and correct. The laws that Muhammad ﷺ taught are the only laws that are good and best for us. The method of earning the pleasure of Allah that Muhammad ﷺ taught us is the one method that is the good and best for us. We will worship Allah in the true manner taught to us by Muhammad ﷺ, and by following the path shown to us by Muhammad ﷺ, we will try to make Allah happy. We will live our lives according to the laws taught us by Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Salah. Allah has ordered Allah has ordered His worship to perform salah so that they refresh the remembrance of Allah. They always have the fear of Allah in the hearts. They always think of the mercy and love of Allah has from them. They can stay away from sins and the bad practices. After bringing Iman, faith in the Kalma, next best section is Salah. Salah is a first compulsory upon every Muslim, mature male and female, teenager or elderly, rich or poor, sick or healthy. Salah is not excuse any condition. You cannot stand, then sit and perform it. You cannot sit and perform it lying down. You are not allowed to miss our salah in any condition at all. Our remembrance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes fresh when we perform salah. Allah has announced the good news that He will give the best of rewards and bounties in Jannah to those who perform their salah. Allah has promised to make those who perform their salah successful in this world and the life after death. Those who perform salah will be very happy the day of judgment, Qiyamah. Allah becomes angry with those who do not perform their salah. Allah will make those who do not perform salah enter into Jahannam hell. Those who do not perform salah will be made to drink blood and pass in Jahannam. Those who do not perform salah will be ashamed and worried on the day of judgment, Qiyamah. The first section after the kalma that our Nabi Sallallahu taught us was salah. Immediately after becoming a prophet, Nabi Sallallahu performed salah with Angel Jibreel salam. Our Nabi Sallallahu then always performed salah, ordered all his followers to perform salah. Nabi Sallallahu has said that the first day of action to questions about the first day of actions to be questions about on the day of judgment will be salah. If a person had performed his salah in the world, he will be successful, and he did not then he successful and he did not then be then he did not will be destroyed. Whenever Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was leaving the world, the last advice that he left for his followers was always perform salah. Even at the time of great difficulty, Nabi ﷺ and his companions Sahaba did not leave their salah. The disbeliever tried to stop them from performing salah, but they continued to perform it. Even when they were fighting a battle, they did not leave out their salah. During the time of Rasulullah ﷺ, there was not a single Muslim who used to miss in salah. All the Prophet ﷺ who came before our Nabi ﷺ had brought the command of performing salah. They all performed salah and also ordered their followers to do so. Now we have understood the importance and benefits of performing salah. Fasting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made fasting fard compulsory upon us in order to correct and better our religious life. Allah wishes one thing for us and we wish for something else. There are many things that Allah does not want us to do, but we wish to do it. There are many things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do, but we do not want to do. To break this wrong manner of thinking and make us aware of Allah and fear Him, fasting has been made compulsory on us. Just as how fasting compulsory upon us, it was made compulsory upon those who lived before us from the time of Nabi Adam alayhi salam. The previous prophets and their followers also used to fast. When Musa alayhi salam went to Mount Tur, he collected the Torah. He fasted for 40 days. Isa alayhi salam fasted in a forest for 40 days. When month of Ramadan when they start, then the door of Jannah are open and the doors of Jahannam are shut down. The mischievous shaitan are also chained up. One of the benefits of fasting is that when a person feels hungry, if it reminds him for that hunger of the people who feel this hunger every day, this then makes him appreciate and then thank Allah for the gifts, bounties and comfort that He has been given. It is a fact that only the person can help and benefit the poor who has tasted what it means to be hungry. Because of this, a fasting person then gets the ability and good heart to feed the hungry and thirsty as well as help those in need. Rasulullah ﷺ said that in Jannah there is a door called Rayyan, which is reserved for those who fasted in the word, and only they will be allowed to enter through it. The angels will call out, "Where are those who fasted? Come through this door." Those who fasted will then enter into Jahannam through that door. There are many other benefits of fasting. However, if a person does not obey this command of Allah, then Allah and His Rasulullah will be very angry with them. Nabi say one hadith, whoever misses a single fast without a valid reason, excuse, then he will not be able to make up for the fast even if he fasts for the rest of his life. Zakah. So this lesson, Zakah, we already discussed it uh, in previous video, but I'm going to do it here again so we can stay touch in how to perform zakah. So just as how Allah has made salah and fasting compulsory upon us to make us better people, likewise Allah has also ordered us to look after the poor, help the needy, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, care for the orphan and widows, as well as assist those in debt with paying the money who owes money the owes to others. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us such a system for us due which no one will remain hungry, naked, or any difficulty. This system is the action paying zakah. The love for wealth will become less in the heart of person who gives zakah, and the love of Allah for Allah will increase. The person who pays zakah will become less misery, stingy, and greedy. Generosity, giving to others happily, will become a habit of his. The heart of a person who pays his zakah becomes filled with light, nur of Allah, and the blessing of his wealth increase. Whatever Allah wealth and treasure, whatever wealth and treasure a person gets is all from kindness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah make people wealthy or poor as He wishes. Allah can increase your sustenance, food, or decrease. Allah can increase your sustenance, food, or decrease it, make it less. If out of misery line stinginess you turn away from Allah, then you must remember that by being stingy you cannot become rich. If you spend your wealth to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy, then by spending you will not become poor. Put the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart, take out the fear of becoming poor, and believe fully that by paying zakah, Allah will grant you blessing in your wealth and even increase it for you in the heart, and the hereafter Allah will grant such a person a great reward. A person who out of greed does not pay the zakah of his wealth, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah will be very angry with him. Nabi Sallallahu said, any person who has gold or silver and he does not give zakah for it, then on the day of judgment, Qiyamah, that gold or silver will be heated in the fire and pressed onto his forehead, his sides, and his back. When it cooled down, then it will be reheated and placed on his body again. This punishment will be repeated again and again. Hajj. So tomorrow we will start the lesson Hajj, inshallah. If you like my video, please share, like, and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum, Allah Hafiz. The next in the month of Shaban, in 15th of Shaban, we have to do a lot of prayers, 6 nafal after Maghrib, and a lot of things. So we will discuss in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, Allah Hafiz. Shaban Mubarak in advance.